Well, welcome to another edition of Business Law Today's Membership Spotlight, where we shine the spotlight on business law section members. With me today is a first-time attendee at a business law section spring meeting, James Bailey. James Bailey is a bankruptcy lawyer at Bradley in Birmingham. James, welcome.
Thank you, Norm. Glad to be here.
Tell me, what brought you to our meeting here in Orlando?
So, as you mentioned, it's my first time coming to one of these meetings. A few months ago, another partner in the office recommended me that I take a position on a subcommittee with the business bankruptcy section. The one was available, and I immediately took it. And he had told me, this is Bill Norton in our Nashville office.
Oh, sure.
So Bill told me it was a great opportunity, great way to meet people from throughout the country that I might not have otherwise, and to come in early and be able to hopefully move up and as well as get great opportunities for CLE as well here. So
you know, you mentioned meeting people from all around the country, and in a sense, I'm going to suggest that that's sort of a double-edged sword, right? On the one hand, we have the challenge of people have to travel to come to these meetings, and they're all over the country. We move them around. Sometimes we have them more convenient to folks on the West Coast or to those in the center or wherever it might be. And yet you mentioned that the flip side of that is you really do get to know people from all over.
Absolutely. First day here, everyone was very open and welcoming, and quickly learned it was my first time, so asking me if needed any directions or suggestions about what to do and things to attend, and so it has been very easy.
Well, you don't strike me as a guy who's easily overwhelmed or ruffled, and something tells me as a bankruptcy lawyer you are particularly calm in the face of adversity. But it's good to know that you felt a good reception here in this your first meeting. We generally bring in something on the order of 1,500 people to a meeting. Many are repeat visitors and some are here for the first time. One of the things the section officers have gone out of their way to do is to have a sort of an orientation or first-timers breakfast on typically the Thursday morning that kicks things off. Some people who haven't had sort of the leg up that I dare say you've had through your firm will find that's helpful to help them decode this labyrinth of people and conference rooms. I mean, I think it's fair to say we have taken over a massive hotel and conference center here in Orlando for 3 or 4 days.
Absolutely. Huge location, but everything's been excellent and top notch. Between the programs, the facilities, the dinners, looking forward this evening to the whole section dinner, which I hear is great. So everything's been wonderful.
Oh, that's really great to hear. So can you tell me anything about your work with your committee?
Yes. Thankfully, I was able to get into a position where I was able to give a presentation very briefly at our committee meeting yesterday, but that was an opportunity for me to introduce myself to everyone in leadership within the committee. And I am working on the legislation subcommittee, so we gave a brief presentation on relevant bankruptcy legislation.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm sure that ties in very well with your practice.
Yes, absolutely. It's great. And also having the opportunity to hear every other subcommittee and what they are doing, and there's an incredible array of things that people are working on and other things I might be interested in getting involved with in the future.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned, we've got a lot of different committees and subcommittees. So there's the one with which you serve as an officer, but there are others that are sort of, you might say, tangential to your practice, but very valuable to you.
Yes.
Can you speak to how some of those fit into your experience here?
So, for instance, there at the larger committee meeting, I learned about both opportunities to publish through Business Law Today, and other opportunities for instance, giving webinar presentations and such things. So also leadership awards that they give and opportunities to get involved in leadership development within the committee. So haven't taken advantage of any of those yet, but now having the information, hopefully pursue some of those opportunities.
Well, you've been here for all of a day and a half. It seems to me like you've covered quite a lot of ground already.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. That's really great to hear. I must say, Business Law Today is one of the things of which I'm most proud. I'm the section's content officer, and that's a role I'll likely have for the next couple of years. It's typical term. But one of the things I try to do from that role is to coordinate the folks who make sure we are reaching all of our members as effectively as we can. I mentioned we'll typically run about 1,500 attendees, give or take, at a live meeting. We have some 40,000 members of the section, and we're dedicated to serving not only those who are here with us in Orlando or wherever we may gather, but also those who aren't able, for whatever reason, to join us in person. We recognize it's 2018 and it's time to meet them where they are with the content that they need and deserve. As you make contributions to our publications, we're hoping to get you in front of all 40,000 people by getting things out through this distribution program or platform that we know as the Reimagined Business Law Today. We can reach far beyond your committees. We can reach far beyond those who are physically in attendance. And we're hoping to give you, as an author, both the exposure that you deserve and to share your insights with the broader audience that will benefit from them.
Excellent. Well, look forward to taking advantage of the opportunity.
Terrific. Well, I'm so glad that you were able to join us here in Orlando, and I very much hope to see you in September for our annual meeting, which will be in Austin, Texas.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, Norm.
Thank you again for joining us for this edition of Business Law Today's Member Spotlight. I'm Norm Powell, Content Officer for the section. I encourage you to visit businesslawtoday.org frequently, as we're constantly putting up new content, and it's worth a look. Thank you for joining us.